Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. Hang out with this nerd.
Ted.
And today Nerdarchy asks the question, what do you do when good monsters go bad?
If you want to learn how to game with Nerdarchy or get weekly gaming tips, jump down to the description below and sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter.
So, one of our fans, Peter Lyons, asked the question of, how do you have your players fight, kill good monsters without them being evil? Is this possible?
It's always possible, and it usually comes down to that age-old thing called perception. And if you have things set up that you want to use a certain encounter for whatever that reason is, you have to find a way to make that encounter happen, or make it so that the players aren't aware of what they're doing. Maybe they're forced to do something bad and then have to atone.
It's a really good example of this. Happens all the time in comic books. Superhero versus superhero. They always find a reason to make them fight.
They do.
So, like, you can steal any one of those tropes and insert it right into your game. Because, one, like, the combat does not have to be lethal, though it could be. And they don't actually, there's no reason why your players have to fight everything to the bitter end.
Right.
Maybe something comes to light at the end of the battle. Either the players or the monster gets subdued. These are all possibilities. Currently, I'm reading Innistrad from Magic the Gathering. And, like, the main antagonist in that setting is an archangel that went mad.
Right.
And it went mad not due to its own fault, really. It was just influenced by outside forces.
Right.
So, again, this is another way. Like, the good monsters could be sick. They could have gone crazy or mad. They could have just turned away from being good. The Solar could be evil instead of good.
Right.
It could be something completely different. Like, the Solar is still lawful good and totally believes in its mission and what it's doing, but it totally went the Magneto route. Like, it's decided the only way to really purge evil from the world is get rid of all the sources of evil, like humans, orcs, and goblins. Yeah.
iRobot.
iRobot that bitch. So
now, the other thing that could possibly happen is you could be looking at the greater good. Now, if you guys are following along with my particular campaign, the heroes are on a quest to destroy this artifact, which is supposed to be so powerful, even in its lesser form, it was taking over members of the party. Well, they want to destroy it. Well, one of the required ingredients to destroy it was the sacrifice of a unicorn. Now, they haven't
Well, it was worded that it's the life of
Yes.
a unicorn, and it represents sacrifice.
Right. Now, the party has not delved deeply into getting that quest item, but from the moment that I said, well, they need the life of a unicorn, everyone's like, oh, crap. I don't want to go kill a unicorn. We're good guys. This is, a holy creature and stuff. So it's very interesting to see that they're already like, all right, I'm really against this. It's thrown some dynamics into question because there's different angles on this.
I'm surprised Asen hasn't asked if he can use the death of the unicorn. Use the unicorn to make magic glow.
So that's one angle. Another angle would be an incorrect perception. If you have the party doing something somewhere that could be viewed as wrong, but there is something good to be coming of it, and this angel, this unicorn, this gold dragon comes upon the finale of this, and you see this kind of thing happen in movies and stories all the time, where, all right, the two good guys have been at odds the entire time. It's gotten to the end, and it's like, all right, I need to die here. It's the only way out of this. So just kill me. And Party 3 comes in and sees party number 2 killing party number 1, not knowing what the precursor to that was. Holy crap. Party number 2 and number 3 are no longer friends because 2 killed 1.
Right, and there's different ways to get to that too. Like perhaps, like in your instance, like their sacrifice was required because the blood sacrifice or life force sacrifice was required to close an evil gate or something. You know,
Right.
Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter that much. Or the same situation could be, that individual was possessed by a demonic force, and the only way to stop the demonic force was to kill the host.
Right.
And that's what the gold dragon sees, and that was a cherished friend of theirs, and so goes into a rage. There's that. There's you could have a town or village who's been burning down the forest to create crops, farmlands and crops, and it's a forest that's where Fae live, and good Fae. They're all good Fae, but basically they feel like they're at war with that village, that town, because they're warring over the resources. For whatever reason, in their Fae mind, they've put up all these indications and signs that the town should move on and not destroy the forest, but the villagers just aren't getting it, and they think they're and their perception is that they're being under siege by evil forest spirits or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then so they employ the adventuring party to, hey, the trees are alive, there's these these monsters in there, can you clear the forest out so we can so that we can clear the forest so we can grow our crops and live in peace like we always done.
So the unicorn sees the adventurers killing Trents. Well, they're not really happy about that.
Yeah.
So boom, another
pixie sprites, like all you can use all kinds of different things, and now like monsters that might normally be good now are predisposed to not like your players and want to destroy their characters. They're at war.
So you've got set up situations that may or may not be based off of incorrect perceptions. You have possessions, any number of sicknesses and diseases, and you have situations where the monster is not acting according to its nature, as Dave says, where they could just be like, all right, well, I've gone mad, or I'm actually not a good guy anymore. And there's any number of reasons why that type of situation would wind up happening.
Especially, you're talking Dungeons and Dragons, they're, traditionally, I don't know about 5th edition, but traditionally there have been tons of cursed magic items that change your alignment. Or if cursed effects that change your alignment, that could very well be the case. Yeah. So this could really set up a scenario where maybe the party, wants to just defeat the monster and then figure a way how to fix it.
Right.
Or they have to delve into this deeper mystery of what really happened to the monster. As it begins to unravel, what they find out is that the gold dragon really used to be good, but it defeated this great evil, which then afflicted it, as it went out. So in essence, by saving the realm, it sacrificed who it was, and now you just killed it.
It defeated the evil to become the evil, and then you had to go and kill it.
So there's tons of ways that you can, and scenarios that you can use this where your players don't have to be evil, and you still get to use those cool, good monsters against them in the players' handbook.
And when you're using those monsters, make sure you look for something that's going to use its healing abilities to great effect, because it's always great to pair those kind of good monsters up with those things that are going to mix well. So,
and I don't know why I said players have a monster manual,
yeah.
But you get to delve into the area of that book that normally doesn't get used. So you guys can let us know in the comments below, because I know you've done it. How do you use good monsters against your good players in your games? While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out the awesome memes over on Facebook.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.